I'm AJ Freed, and I'm ready for Mr. Mepham.
And I'm Michele Spiller, and I'm excited about spring sports.
I'm Jake Winkleman, and I've got you around campus.
Hi, I'm Sean McClellan, and I've got This Week in Mepham Sports.
Cumulonimbus Charles is here.
Good morning, Mepham. Today's day 2. Please rise and join us for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Earlier this week, on Monday the 12th, started the Muslim holiday of Ramadan. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, observed by Muslims worldwide as a month of fasting, prayer, reflection, and community.
Next month, a well-loved tradition here at Mepham is returning. The St. Baldricks Chop Your Locks event will be on May 27th. You can register as a shavee to shave your head at the event, or you can register as a volunteer and help fundraise to conquer kids' cancer.
Today is the day. It's the Mr. Mepham pageant. Make sure to tune in right here at BMB at 7 p.m. to watch it live. It's going to be a great show with fashion, spirit, and many surprises, so don't miss it.
As we enter the fourth quarter, all the fall sports are coming to a close and spring sports are beginning. Sports such as baseball, lacrosse, and many more are starting up soon.
Now let's send it over to Jake Winkleman for this week's special interview in today's Around Campus.
Hey Pirates, I'm Jake Winkleman and welcome to a very special Around Campus. This week, I'm joined by a man whose past, present, and future is all tied to Mepham High School. So say hello to our former principal, the current Assistant Superintendent of Instruction, and the next Superintendent of the Bellmore-Merrick Central High School District, Mr. Harrington.
Thank you so much, Jake. And I'd be remiss if I didn't start this interview by thanking BMB. What this team has done for the Bellmore-Merrick community for the last year through the pandemic is just truly appreciated, and we are forever grateful and proud of the work that's been done here. So I thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to meeting with you.
Thank you so much. That truly means a lot, and it is great to have you here, Mr. Harrington. Now, it is just before my time here, but in a way, you were the first Around Campus guest ever, and before there even was an Around Campus. When you were the Mepham principal, BMB interviewed you for something called Get to Know Your Principal. Besides being BMB's first ever guest, what are some of the other highlights of your time here as principal?
That video looks like yesterday, although I have probably a lot more wrinkles and a lot more age and through blood pressure and stress, but it's amazing to think about, the studio when it was first built and the growth of this program over the years. So obviously, bringing about this opportunity for kids and for families is obviously a highlight. But my time back at Mepham, I look back as some of the greatest years in my career. Just the students and the families and what the teachers and staff do here to go above and beyond to create that real family atmosphere and an educational experience that students remember for the rest of their lives. That's what we've always wanted here, to go above and beyond for kids and for students to leave, graduate, prepared for the world, great global citizens, and just as important, looking back at their time at Mepham with love and pride.
You'll take over as our superintendent for Mr. DiTomaso as the superintendent of BMCHSD. What will be some of the challenges you'll think you'll face in filling in his shoes?
Yeah, well, filling Mr. DiTomaso's shoes is impossible. And I know that the legacy he leaves here is tremendous. And the challenge will be, continuing, his vision and the legacy that he left, looking at the programs and the initiatives that we've brought about and looking to move them, further in the right direction. He has given his heart and soul to this district for 8 years, and we're forever grateful for all that he has done. So not really filling his shoes, but really, building upon this culture, this culture of going above and beyond for kids and families. Is what the vision will be, and I look forward to working collaboratively with all the constituent groups. Bellmore-Merrick is what it is because of the people in it. The students first and foremost, the families that you come from, and the faculty and staff that that give everything they can, to make our schools the very best around.
And we know the answer, but which school exactly is your favorite in the district?
That is an unfair question, Jake. That is an unfair question. Sitting here at Mepham and walking in the halls and having conversations with a bunch of teachers on the way up to the studio. But honestly, this last 4 years, I've really learned to love all the buildings in the district. Brookside and including MAP and the Prep Academy, which is brand new this year, and our 2 middle schools and 3 other high schools are just, they're filled with great people. And honestly, it's amazing how far our faculty and staff and administrative teams go to provide for kids. This year is evidence of what we will do for our kids and families. We had the opportunities to bring kids back full in person early on in September. We provided intramurals and extracurricular experiences. And when we look back on this year, as difficult and as challenging as it was, I think it's going to be one of the greatest years in Bellmore-Merrick history. And that's due to this community. And so when asked about favorite schools, I'm not going to answer that in an interview, but I will say that Bellmore-Merrick, has a place in my heart, and I consider this whole school community part of my family.
Yeah, we definitely do have one of the best communities. And thank you so much, Mr. Harrington. We at BMB appreciate all you've done in Mepham and what you are going to do in the future for our district.
Thank you, Jake.
We hope this isn't the last time we see you here on Around Campus.
Absolutely not.
Thank you for being on the show today. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Jake, and thank you to Mr. Harrington. Now, let's send it over to Sean McQuillan with your week in Mepham sports.
Fall sports teams will be ending their seasons this week in this crazy somewhat of a season, except the girls' volleyball team and the boys' soccer team. Congrats to the girls on finishing 10-0 and winning their conference this year, and will now get ready for playoffs as their first game is today against Mineola. The girls did something not many teams are able to do, and that is go undefeated and be known as one of the best teams in all of Nassau County. If you missed their last regular season win yesterday against Hewitt, you can go watch the game that was previously live streamed on the BMB YouTube channel. The girls ended up winning in 3 sets, and the player of the game was the senior captain, Sam Green, who had 19 assists, 12 kills, and 6 aces for Mepham. For the boys' soccer team last night, it was a win or go home in a rematch against MacArthur, who won the first time they faced off, and the Pirates returned the favor, defeating the Generals to advance to the playoffs. So congrats to the boys. Congratulations for the Bellmore-Merrick Lady Sharks on another division championship. This championship marks the 10th time that the Lady Sharks have won divisions. They look to keep up their dominant presence as they will soon be competing for counties. Also, another congrats goes to all the other sports teams that played this previous season and put in hard work. It was a challenging season involving guidelines and other protocols. But we made the most of it and played to our best, either with masks or not. Now looking towards spring sports, if you are trying out for baseball, signups will be Monday, April 19th at 3 o'clock on the baseball field. For other spring athletes, make sure you are signed up for your spring sports as well, as they will be starting up very soon. That's all for me. For BMB, I'm Sean McClellan. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Sean. Now, let's send it over to Cumulonimbus Charles. Charles Decker, take it over with the weather. Go.
Greetings. It is I, Cumulonimbus, here to color you impressed by telling you how the sky could feel. Isn't that awesome? Anywho, let's shimmy our way into the weather. Today's looking alright. With a high of 55 and low of 42, today's weather's irrelevance is evident. A great day to spend 7 hours acquiring wisdom in the Bellmore-Merrick Central High School District. We already know what's up with Saturday. Saturday requires no introduction. Let's take a moment to bask in its most fruitful glory. Quite frankly, Sunday is the most cryptic anomaly that has ever been covered within the confines of this studio. We at BMB have been in talk with fellow weather gurus in hopes of deciphering what all of this means. So far, we think that the icon at the top could represent that Sunday is what some scholars have coined partly cloudy. It might just be a stab in the dark, but we think that these numbers right here might symbolize Sunday's high and low temps. Only time will tell. Have a most regular weekend. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Charles. Now, for today's quote of the day. Give your stress wings and let it fly away.
These have been the BMB morning announcements for Friday, April 16th.
Have a great day, Mepham.
For the viewers at home, that took a lot of tries, brother.